I've been working on eating better. I have my brain just went. Like I said, I'm trying to follow Mindy Pelt's kind of her advice, maybe with slight variation. We'll see how I feel, because I am mostly trying to be in ketosis for my mental health, and I have been in ketosis on and off here and there for a couple weeks, and when I'm in it, it's crazy. It's crazy to me seeing that, yeah, this helps me out. Like, it kind of doesn't even seem real to me how much ketosis helps me. So, people I'm like, get enough help from it mentally that I don't even care really what people say about it. I have my own experience with it, and it blesses me. It blesses my life. Blesses my brain. So there's pros and cons to everything. And the pros for me are enough for my life. So I am trying to be like mostly ketogenic, and then eat carbohydrates when it's very advantageous for my body and my hormones, and kind of filling that out and going with like kind of Mindy Peltz's guidelines, but kind of moving intuitively with it too. I'm of the opinion, for me personally, I mean, even if I did keto and there was some long-term this or that with it, if I lived happier because of keto, even for 5 less years, I'd prefer that over living 5 more years and not feeling as happy. But I think that's pretty dramatic. I don't really think, but yeah, anyway. My goal is a healthy ketogenic lifestyle for the most part, and that's just because of my help that I get from it, with my mental health. I in no way, shape, or form think that all people should be on keto. First of all, I've heard some people feel like it doesn't help them. Enough experience in just the last week of, like I said, 2 weeks of just being in and out of it. Honestly, not expecting much, and then I was in it, and I felt it helps so much. It honestly almost is even hard for me to believe that it helps me. It helps me a lot, and that's just a personal thing I have. So that's where I'm at. I'm embracing that. 99, trying to be 99% of the time, or kind of be running on ketones. Strict guidelines for eating to generate ketones and live off ketones, worth it to me. There's a lot of people that wouldn't feel worth it for, and which means they shouldn't do it. But there's a lot of people where it is. It really is. It's kind of, I think it's one of those things where if you have a big problem that is hurting your life, in this case, mental health stuff, and something helps that much, even though it seems like a crazy big change, or, kind of like, wow, that's like strict and rigid. Sometimes big problems, though, take big solutions, or, kind of complex but wonderful solutions that work amazingly. Worth it. If it works and it's helping you and you feel better. You know, everything in life is pros and cons. So, I stopped my video because my cute little boy that you heard at the end of the last clip was hollering for me. What's blown me away. Sorry, I felt like I got a burp. Well, what's blown me away is, even though it's been almost 10 years. Yeah, ooh, almost, not quite 10, that I've been in ketosis I was in ketosis 2 years straight. In like 2014, or 2015, 2016. Somewhere in there. I still feel like hold on. There we go. Anyway, I thought, since it's been that long, that trying to get back into keto would be kind of miserable to try. I mean, I was worried it would be a hard adaptation again, trying again. So I tried earlier this year, and I just was in so much of an extra bad place I couldn't quite pull it off, which is a shame, because it is the very thing that would have helped me, but it just didn't quite work out. And a part of that was the worry of having like the keto flu again, like someone who's never been on keto. Some of them adapt really quickly and easily, but it takes time for their body to even get it and understand it and go to that place. It's foreign. So I thought where it had been almost 10 years, I would have that struggle again. Body has memory. Wow, I'm just impressed, to be honest. It's been almost 10 years since I left initially. And I bump into ketosis quite easily, which is just this beautiful gift to me, even though it's been that long. I mean, I've kind of done on and off, just kind of bumping in it a little bit here and there with intermittent fasting sometimes, not even that often throughout the years, but I'm impressed. I'm happy. But that's part of why I didn't pull it off earlier this year too, because of the worry and going through that, adjusting, and it's nice. I just go in, don't have a lot of trouble. So that's nice. That's a nice little perk for me. But also, I think it's long-winded, but what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm just making this a big old vlog about I don't know, it's nice to just talk about all of it. It's like, well, why did you leave keto in the first place? This one, sometimes it's hard for me to bring this up because I don't want people to ever think that they were an issue. They weren't. It was me. But it was, well, I had to leave and move out from my house and move into my in-laws' house years ago. That broke me down. It was so hard for me. I knew we had to move, and we were living in my in-laws' house while we were getting ready to get another one, and it was actually a lot of years before we could. So we were in there a while, and I was keto, and it just was such a big life transition. And the big thing was, like, I went from kind of just being in my own house doing keto with my family, and it was not, I didn't have to say much about it, I didn't have to explain it. And then when the spotlight got put on it, I got uncomfortable. I'd have, my in-laws, nothing wrong with what they're doing. Nothing. This is me with my uncomfort for dumb reasons, but we get uncomfortable for weird reasons sometimes. They're always kind of like intrigued by my food, and like, because it was totally different and not many people were doing keto like they are now back then, so it was even more foreign. And they just kind of look on my shoulder and, what are you cooking, and this and that, and there's so much attention on it. And I was already an anxious wreck, and I just felt really anxious and uncomfortable. And that is on nobody but me. That's just me. That no one was doing anything wrong, but it also was like, you know, people were cooking family meals there that, like, I wasn't always the one cooking, and it was awesome because we'd all take turns cooking, but it wasn't keto stuff. It was harder to just, like, it was just like easier to just fall out. It was just easy to fall out of it, because of feeling kind of insecure and uncomfortable, and kind of the spotlight of it. And yeah, I fell out for some, it was just a hard time, and I fell out, and yeah, basically you can kind of see the picture. And then I was always nervous to go back in for a long time. And yeah, so that's why it was not a bad thing about keto. It was just, yeah, navigating those things was uncomfortable for me at the time. So, and I just was insecure and just, I was having a hard time, and just, I didn't want like all this focus on it, and just, I just felt weird, and I felt uncomfortable, and I was dealing with a lot, and there was shared meals there, that people would cook meals, and it was just easier to eat the meals, you know what I mean? That too, that's a part of it too. And not always be on the side cooking my separate thing or whatever, which if I were to go back now, I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be like, yeah, this is fine. Like, I'm past that. And I'm past the point of caring if people ask about it, like caring or bringing it up to people. Like, if I'm at a gathering or something and I'm like, oh, I kind of have to bring my own food or whatever, I'm not anxious about it anymore. I might feel a little bit weird, but I'll just be like, hey, this helps with my mental health. And just, I mean, because it does. Like, why feel bad about that? So yeah, just kind of the whole story, where I'm at, where I was. Anyway. Oh, I talk too much. So, not 100% sure why I filmed this, other than I just felt like I should. I don't know. I think I enjoy the vlogging. I actually don't do much of it, and I think I like to do more, and it's for me. It's not like, I think most people get bored partway through the video and shut it off anyway, but it's for me. I think I enjoy it. I think it's therapeutic. I don't know. It just feels good. It's like talking to somebody about it. Like, just talking to people. It's to a screen, but it still feels that same kind of feeling of just talking to people about things. And since people will generally usually ask questions about things, for those that watch this, they already have some of the answers. So, yeah.